Imperial palaces, world-class coffee, and music that changed history. This is Vienna. Vienna, a city where emperors built palaces that rival Versailles, where a single cup of coffee is a UNESCO-protected cultural ritual, and where the streets still echo with Mozart and Beethoven. With over 7 million visitors every year, Vienna consistently ranks as the world's most livable city. But beyond the golden facades and grand concert halls, there's a side of Vienna that most travelers never see. From hidden wine taverns in the hills to a 250-year-old Ferris wheel with the best sunset in Europe, this is the Vienna guide you actually need. Most people think of Vienna as a city for classical music lovers and history buffs. And they're not wrong, but they're missing the bigger picture. Vienna is a city of 2 million people that somehow feels both grand and intimate at the same time. The Ringstraße Boulevard wraps around the old town like a golden necklace, lined with opera houses, museums, and parks that would take weeks to fully explore. Austria ranks fourth on the Global Peace Index, making this one of the safest capital cities on Earth. The currency is the euro, and at roughly $1.15 per euro, it's surprisingly accessible for a Western European capital. A mid-range traveler can experience Vienna comfortably on $150 to $200 per day, and that includes sit-down restaurants, museum entries, and a proper hotel. The best time to visit is May, June, or September. You'll get temperatures around 19 to 27 degrees Celsius, that's 66 to 81 Fahrenheit, with longer days and thinner crowds than the peak summer months. Winter has its own magic though. Vienna's Christmas markets are legendary, and there's nothing quite like sipping Glühwein under falling snow while a string quartet plays in a Baroque courtyard. Austria is part of the Schengen zone, so if you're from the US, Canada, UK, Australia, or Japan, you can visit visa-free for up to 90 days. The official language is German, specifically Austrian German, which sounds softer than what you'd hear in Berlin. But don't worry, most Viennese in the tourism areas speak excellent English. Just learn one phrase, Grüß Gott. It means hello, and locals genuinely appreciate the effort. If you only visit one palace in Vienna, make it Schönbrunn. This 1,441-room Baroque masterpiece was the summer residence of the Habsburg dynasty, the family that ruled much of Europe for over 600 years. The palace gardens are completely free, and they're massive. You could spend half a day wandering through manicured hedges, fountains, and the hilltop gloriette with panoramic views over the entire city. Inside, the state apartments are stunning. Gold leaf, crystal chandeliers, and rooms where a 6-year-old Mozart once performed for Empress Maria Theresa. A full palace ticket runs about 38 euros, roughly $44, which includes the private apartments, the porcelain museum, and the Imperial furniture collection. Over 2 million people visit Schönbrunn every year, making it Austria's most visited landmark. Quick tip, get here before 9 a.m. By mid-morning, the tour groups arrive, and the palace corridors feel like rush hour. Early birds get the rooms practically to themselves. While Schönbrunn was the summer palace, Hofburg was where the real power lived. This sprawling complex in the heart of Vienna served as the winter residence of the Habsburgs for over 700 years, and today it's still the official workplace of Austria's president. The must-see inside is the CC Museum, dedicated to Empress Elizabeth, one of the most fascinating and tragic figures in European history. She was the Princess Diana of her era, beautiful, rebellious, and deeply unhappy behind palace walls. The Imperial apartments give you a glimpse into daily royal life, and the Silver Collection houses one of the world's largest collections of Imperial tableware. Just outside, the Spanish riding school puts on performances with Lippitz-Sonner stallions, a tradition that's been running since the 1500s. The Belvedere is where art and architecture collide in the most spectacular way. This Baroque palace complex, split into Upper and Lower Belvedere, was built for Prince Eugene of Savoy, the military genius who saved Vienna from the Ottoman siege. Today, the Upper Belvedere houses Austria's most important art collection, including Gustav Klimt's The Kiss, arguably the most famous painting in the country. Standing in front of it is one of those travel moments that actually lives up to the hype. Tickets are about €20 online, or 21 at the door. The gardens between the two palaces are free and offer one of the best photo angles in Vienna, the reflection pool with the palace and the city skyline behind it. Quick tip: book your Belvedere ticket online. It's €1.50 cheaper, and you skip the ticket line entirely. The painting rooms get crowded by noon, so aim for a morning slot. There's a reason Vienna is called the music capital of the world. Mozart, Beethoven, Schubert, Strauss, Haydn, Brahms, they didn't just pass through. They lived here, composed here, and transformed Western music forever. And the beating heart of that legacy is the Vienna State Opera. This neo-Renaissance masterpiece hosts over 300 performances a year, rotating between opera and ballet, with productions that rival anything in Milan or New York. A proper seat can run anywhere from €15 to €250, depending on the night and the section. But here's what most tourists don't know. Standing room tickets go on sale 80 minutes before each performance for just €15. That's world-class opera for the price of a pizza. Quick tip: standing room tickets sell out fast. Line up at least 90 minutes early, especially for popular operas like La Traviata or Don Giovanni. Bring a scarf to tie to the railing and claim your spot. Beyond the opera, music is woven into Vienna's DNA. The Musikverein is home to the Vienna Philharmonic and its Golden Hall, famous for the annual New Year's concert watched by over 50 million people worldwide. Tickets to regular performances start around €40, but the acoustics alone are worth every cent. For something more accessible, St. Peter's Church and the Karlskirche both host classical concerts almost nightly, often for under €30. And if you want to walk in Mozart's footsteps, his former apartment near Stephansplatz is now a museum, the only surviving Mozart residence in Vienna. He composed The Marriage of Figaro in that very room. Even the subway stations play classical music. This city doesn't just preserve its musical heritage, it lives and breathes it. In most cities, coffee is something you grab on the go. In Vienna, it's a cultural institution. Viennese coffee house culture is officially recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. And once you sit down in one of these marble-floored, chandelier-lit spaces, you'll understand why. The tradition goes back to the 1680s, when legend says the first coffee beans were discovered in sacks left behind by the Ottoman army after the failed siege of Vienna. True or not, the Viennese turned coffee into an art form. You don't just order coffee here. You order a melange, Vienna's answer to the cappuccino, topped with steamed milk foam. Or a Wiener Einspanner, a strong black coffee crowned with a thick layer of whipped cream, served in a glass. The ritual is to sit for hours, read the newspaper, and let the world slow down. Nobody rushes you. That's the whole point. Quick tip: never order a regular coffee in Vienna. Ask for a melange if you want something milky, or an Einspanner if you like it strong and sweet. The waiter will take you more seriously. So where should you go? Café Central is the crown jewel. All marble arches and soaring ceilings. Once the haunt of Sigmund Freud, Leon Trotsky, and half the intellectuals of 20th century Europe. Their Apfelstrudel is legendary. Café Sacher, right next to the opera, is home to the original Sachertorte, that dense chocolate cake with apricot jam that's been the subject of a literal legal battle between Sacher and Demel over who owns the recipe. Speaking of Demel, this former Habsburg court bakery has some of the most beautiful pastry displays you'll ever see. For something less touristy, try Café Hawelka, a dark, bohemian favorite with handmade Buchteln dumplings served warm after 10 p.m. And if you're on a budget, the Ida chain with its pink and white decor serves excellent coffee and cakes at half the price of the grand cafes. Viennese cuisine is hearty, indulgent, and deeply connected to the city's imperial past. The star of the show is Wiener Schnitzel, a thin cutlet of veal, breaded and fried to a golden, puffy perfection. At Figelmüller, Vienna's most famous schnitzel restaurant, they hang off the edge of the plate and cost around 17 euros. Placetta is the place for Tafelspitz, boiled beef with apple horseradish and chive sauce, which was Emperor Franz Joseph's favorite dish. Then there's Kaiserschmarrn, a shredded pancake dusted with powdered sugar and served with plum compote. It was supposedly created by accident for Emperor Franz Joseph when a soufflé went wrong. The chef shredded it, the emperor loved it, and now it's on every menu in the city. For a mid-range sit-down meal, expect to pay 12 to 25 euros per main course. Quick tip: authentic Wiener Schnitzel is always veal, never pork. If the menu says Schnitzel Wiener Art, that's the pork version. Nothing wrong with it, but if you want the real deal, look for Wiener Schnitzel and expect to pay a few euros more. The Naschmarkt is Vienna's oldest and most vibrant food market. A half-kilometer strip of over 120 stalls selling everything from Persian spices and Turkish dried fruits to Austrian cheese and freshly shucked oysters. It's been operating since the 16th century, and today it's equal parts market, food hall, and social scene. Come hungry, because you'll want to graze your way through it. On Saturdays, a massive flea market extends from one end, and the whole area turns into a treasure hunt. What most visitors miss entirely is Vienna's wine culture. The city has actual working vineyards within city limits, the only major capital in the world where that's true. The Heurigen, traditional wine taverns in the hillside neighborhoods of Grinzing and Neustift, serve locally grown wines with cold-cut platters, and the views over the city at sunset are extraordinary. Vienna's architectural DNA is the Ringstraße, a grand circular boulevard that replaced the old city walls in the 1860s. Emperor Franz Joseph ordered the walls torn down and replaced with the most ambitious urban project of the 19th century. Today, a walk or tram ride around the ring takes you past the Parliament, City Hall, the Burg Theater, the University, the Natural History and Art History museums, each building more dramatic than the last. It's like a crash course in European architectural styles: Neo-Gothic, Neo-Renaissance, Neo-Baroque, all within a 5-kilometer loop. At the center of the old town stands Stephansdom, St. Stephen's Cathedral. Its Gothic spire rises 137 meters above the city, and the multicolored tile roof is one of Vienna's most recognizable symbols. You can climb the 343 steps of the South Tower for a panoramic view that stretches to the Vienna woods on a clear day. No trip to Vienna is complete without the Prater, the city's beloved amusement park and green space. The star attraction is the Riesenrad, Vienna's giant Ferris wheel, built in 1897. It's one of the oldest operating Ferris wheels in the world, and it moves slowly enough that you can actually enjoy the view. At the top, you can see the entire city, the Danube, the spires, the distant Alps on a clear day. A ride costs about 15 euros, and it's one of those experiences that's worth every cent. Beyond the Ferris wheel, the Prater stretches into a massive green park, perfect for cycling, jogging, or just lying in the grass after a day of palace hopping. Locals come here to escape the tourist circuit, and it's one of the few places in Vienna that feels genuinely relaxed. Quick tip: ride the Riesenrad about 30 minutes before sunset. You'll get the golden hour light over the city, and if your timing is right, you'll see Vienna shift from daylight to city lights in a single rotation. Every great city has a side that doesn't make the guidebooks, and Vienna's hidden gems might be the best part of the trip. Start with the Hundertwasserhaus, an apartment building designed by the artist Friedensreich Hundertwasser with no straight lines, mismatched windows, trees growing from the walls, and floors that intentionally undulate. It looks like a fever dream in the best possible way. Then there's the Zentralfriedhof, Vienna's central cemetery, which sounds morbid but is actually one of the most peaceful green spaces in the city. Beethoven, Brahms, Schubert, and Strauss are all buried here. Even Mozart has a memorial, though his actual grave location remains unknown. For something completely different, the Third Man Museum is dedicated to the 1949 film noir classic, and it includes access to the underground sewer system used in the movie's famous chase scene. The Danube Island, Donauinsel, is a 21-kilometer man-made island in the middle of the Danube River, and it's where Viennese locals go to swim, barbecue, and escape the summer heat. In June, it hosts the Donauinsel Fest, one of Europe's largest open-air music festivals, completely free. It's the anti-Vienna experience: flip-flops, beach bars, and electronic music until dawn. 4-day trips. The Wachau Valley is just an hour west, a UNESCO-listed stretch of the Danube with terraced vineyards, medieval castles, and the stunning Melk Abbey perched on a cliff above the river. You can take a river cruise or drive the scenic route, and the autumn colors in October are worth planning your entire trip around. Getting around Vienna is effortless. The city has 5 U-Bahn metro lines, 28 tram routes, and a bus network that covers every corner. A 24-hour transport pass costs just 10.20 euros, about $12, and gives you unlimited rides on everything. If you're staying longer, the Vienna City Card starts at 19 euros and bundles unlimited transport with over 210 discounts at museums, restaurants, and shops. One child under 15 rides free with each card. For budget travelers, Vienna is surprisingly affordable by Western European standards. A hostel dorm bed runs $37 to $46 a night. Street food and bakery meals keep you fed for under $15 a day. And many of the best experiences, palace gardens, park walks, window shopping on the Graben, and people watching in coffee houses, cost nothing at all. For mid-range travelers, budget around $150 to $200 per day, and you'll eat well, visit the major sites, and sleep comfortably. The one thing worth splurging on: an evening at the opera. Even standing room at 15 euros is a memory you'll carry for life. Quick tip: grab the Vienna City Card online before you arrive. The 72-hour version gives you the best value, especially if you're hitting museums. It'll save you at least 30 to 40 euros over 3 days. Vienna is a city that rewards the curious. Whether you're chasing imperial history, hunting for the perfect melange, or sneaking into standing room at the opera. So here's my question: are you Team Palace, Team Coffee House, or Team Hidden Gems? Drop your answer in the comments. If this guide was helpful, hit subscribe so you don't miss our next destination. Thanks for watching, and Auf Wiedersehen.